man, we had to really show this.
Wait, no!
How much does ankle tape cost?
And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. Hoping to come. And as things get ready to roll.
Well, guys, DeMar DeRozan.
Great vision, David. Thank you. Now Sacramento starting 5. Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Harrison Barnes is out there with Nemanja Bjelica. And it's Holmes in at the 5. And for the Spurs, Murray out there with Derek White. Then there's Jakob Poeltl. Then it's DeRozan. And it's Walker in at the 3 slot. Holmes, good. Steve, compared now to when you were playing, did teams go deeper into their benches than they used to?
Yeah, they do. I think because of this load management, resting players. So you see a lot of guys play a lot. And also what they've done right now with the G League, being able to bring guys up. They use those guys, and I think it helps a lot, even not on games, but in practice. You'll see more guys are involved in giving guys rest.
Yeah, that makes sense. Bogdanovich passes to Barnes. Shot clock at 5. Pass to DeRozan. Oh, and the jam by DeRozan.
You have to love the way DeRozan went at the rim. He knows he's at his best when he's the aggressor.
And so Sacramento again turning it over. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them. We're about 1 minute into the first. And it's Murray penetrating. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And making his return from the ACL tear, DeJounte Murray, long, athletic, and young, he still has a very bright future.
And Murray winning second team all-defense in 2018. And Greg, at that time, he was only 21.
And that's been his strong suit. If he can hit perimeter shots consistently, he can be a star. Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Holmes kicks to Bjelica. And again, it's Sacramento converting. For San Antonio, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Here's Murray. And the rejection by Holmes. That one good for 2. Murray's got 6. And so here's Sacramento. It's a 5-point game. Here's Fox. San Antonio with the rebound. I want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
Yeah, and in that game, you see how they built out this roster, acquiring role players who can step up when needed.
And a strong bench gives you the flexibility to bring someone in and exploit a certain matchup.
That's a 2 from Barnes. Good, he hits the jump shot.
I mean, beautiful execution of the game plan offensively. So far, they are hitting 80% from the field.
Poeltl's shot is off.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Basket, good. Barnes has got his second basket.
Barnes making up his mind early. He was going straight to the rack there. Gotta love how aggressive he is.
The kick out to Fox. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession.
And let's take a look now at the stats for Bogdanovich. Since the break, he's come back strong, really making his presence felt. He's around 14 points per game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
He's not trying to take over necessarily. He's just taking what the defense allows and contributing to the cause.
That's a 2 from Barnes. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead.
The Spurs with the league's longest active playoff streak. 22 years and running, not to mention 5 titles in that span. No wonder the Spurs are viewed as the league's model franchise.
Baseline jumper. Here's Holmes. Makes it off the glass.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Reason why? Lack of focus, lack of communication, which led to second chance points.
Well, Steve, the Spurs are so well run. If they played in a top 5 market, they might be the most popular team in the NBA by now.
You know what, Kevin? They probably would, but this is the way this organization likes it. They like to be quiet and under the radar. They like to sustain success, and they like to build a great culture. At the same time, the small market is really a part of their culture.
And he's not going to miss many of those, especially that wide open.
And early on, if you're him, you just want to see the ball go through the net and get into some kind of rhythm. Easy chance for mid-range. Wouldn't be surprised to see them run that play again.
The Elitsa with the bucket.
Yeah, instinctively, too. Fox there looking to be a ball mover, a facilitator. And that's one reason why his team is playing well.
Here's DeRozan, and finished off by DeRozan.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? Barnes passes to Bjelica. It's stolen by DeRozan. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Pass to Forbes. Gay outside. And the rejection by Holmes. And Rudy Gay picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Kings have gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. And Bazemore kicks to Joseph. Giles the pass to Joseph. They kick out to Hield. Again, the miss by the Kings. And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. Spurs lead by 2. Live from the AT. And as we return, it's Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
You can do everything else right, but if you fail to take care of the defensive glass, you're killing your chances.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court right now for the Kings, Joseph and Hield make up the backcourt. Giles is out there with Kent Bazemore, and it's Len in at the center position.
And one of the game's best free throw shooters. It's a shame that Patty almost never gets to the line.
Len, good. San Antonio leading.
And really, for a long time, the specter hanging over Buddy Hield was he's the player who was traded for DeMarcus Cousins. Hard billing to live up to, but he has made some giant leaps with his development.
Len. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And a look now at the San Antonio Spurs' upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll be taking on Paul Millsap and the Denver Nuggets. And then on Saturday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And for the matchup with the Grizzlies, it's going to be a bit of a measuring stick for them. See just how they stack up with a team that most would feel has the edge.
6 on the shot clock. Here's Mills.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Buddy Hield. He's putting up about 20 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Because he gives you someone to build your offense around. You can count on his nightly production.
The Spurs making a switch here. White's checked in, and a change for Sacramento. Jabari Parker's checked in for Len. Bazemore passes to Giles. Here's Parker. Gay with the block.
A pretty good defender. Gay using that 7'3" wingspan well. Get that shot out of here.
Here's White. He can't get that one to fall. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Spurs leading by 5. Ring shot on the way. They grab their own miss. That shot off the mark. And it's Parker with the ball, bringing it up for the Sacramento Kings. Joseph has an open look. Sacramento again missing.
Uncontested look. Can't fault the shot selection. He's money from there.
White with it, outguarded by Hield. Now here's Mills. He's covered closely. He goes up again, and it's laid in by Gay. Gay's got the lead up to 7 now for the Spurs.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Bazemore dishes to Parker, and it's Gay with the rebound. Gay's got rebound number 5 here tonight. At the elbow, Zeller. And the dunk by Zeller.
Perfect vision. Mills getting quicker these days at spotting the open man.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And Parker stays with it.
The uncanny ability to time the tip in. He does this night in and night out.
And the 3 ball is good. And now it's just a 4-point San Antonio lead.
That's a shot the defense looked like it was willing to give up. Big mistake.
Gay can't hit. Kings have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9. And here's Joseph for 3. Another shot. And the layup is good.
Hustle points count just like any others. That's a great play.
Now here's Zeller. Defense right on him. Lets the 3 fly. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
With floor spacing at a premium, they need him to hit these shots. Made just that one in the first.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Nice play. Gay with the quickness to get in close and the size to close the deal.
Bazemore on the wing. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Here's DeRozan, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Alex Len picks one up.
Make him foul you to stop you. DeRozan with the strength and vertical ability doing damage inside.
It's common to see wing players improve their perimeter shooting in the league, but DeMar DeRozan's most striking growth has been his ball handling and playmaking. He's been dynamic with the ball in his hands.
Pass to Bielitsa. Back to Len. Over Pirtle. It's Bielitsa, and Pirtle sends it back.
Gotta love the shot blocking ability of Pirtle. Wonderful timing right there.
Murray, the pass to Pirtle. Fox against Murray. Walker in the corner. Good, and the assist goes to Murray.
Defensive breakdown. Murray attracts attention as a scorer, which opens up everything else.
Inside, Bogdanovich dishes the land. Outside, Fox. Now the pass to Bazemore. Now Bielitsa tries from 16, and it's off the back rim. No good.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And that'll do it for the first.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to a pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. They saw their lead grow to a high water mark of 5 in the period. And that'll do it.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. It's been quite a game for Rudy Gay.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
Basketball 101. You've got to put a body on him. Unfortunately, that's a fundamental that's gone by the wayside.
DeRozan out there with Pirtle. Then there's Derek White. Then there's Murray. And it's Walker in at the 3, the small forward. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. Pirtle with the double team to the inside. Shot is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down now to just 4 points at the basket from Holmes. You know, Steve, so much goes into being an effective bench player. What do you like to see in a team's sixth man?
What I love, Kevin, is a guy that can come off as a sixth man is he doesn't disrupt what's going on with the starters. Also, he's ready, and most of those guys that wins that award, they don't need time to adjust to the game. They come in and make an immediate impact.
Bjelica with the bucket.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
Doubled by Fox. Pass to DeRozan. White against Barnes. Shoots from the line. And it's Fox with the rebound.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
And his rhythm, it's been way off. The goal now might be to get him something easy at the rim so he can just see the ball go in through the net, and that helps.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Over in the corner, White. Over Bjelica. White, good. White's got 5. And it's Fox with the ball for the Sacramento Kings, trailing by 2. It's Bjelica, and trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in.
Even though that one didn't go down, I like the offensive game plan here. 3 for 4 coming out of the break.
It's tipped. Here's Holmes. And Holmes throws it down.
Ooh, and I hope he didn't hurt his neck because that was one nasty head fake.
Yeah, the defender bought it all the way, didn't he?
You have to put DeRozan on the short list for best finishers in the NBA. He is fearless going to the rack.
Barnes kicks to Holmes. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got his 5th rebound in this one. Offensive rebound. Holmes passes to Bjelica, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by DeRozan. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. To take a look at the Kings, they would be at the golf course if the playoffs happened today, looking to make a final push. And, of course, San Antonio, 2 spots down.
And when you look at Sacramento, they've been strong at times this season, but they still have some holes. I think they're a playoff caliber team. I just don't think they're a championship caliber team.
This has been the thought all along. They have enough to compete night in and night out, but they're not taking 4 out of 7 from a top team in this league. No way.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Let him decide whether to shoot it, whether to pass it. He's your catalyst right now.
For San Antonio, they've gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the 3rd. To the middle. Lets it go from 11. Off the left rim and out. For Sacramento, they've gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that.
Well, the first 9 seasons of DeMar DeRozan's career in Toronto, it had become home for him. Last season, the adversity of a trade that sent him to San Antonio.
The kick out to Barnes. A miss that time would have put him up. For San Antonio, they've gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. Shots good by Walker. And, Smitty, a real adjustment for DeRozan, leaving behind the only NBA team he had ever known after so long.
Yeah, he's been instrumental in taking the Raptors franchise to new heights. A lot of emotions. I think he understands he's going to grow from that experience.
Snatched up. The second effort. Bogdanovich wide open. Drills it from outside. Bogdanovich has got 5.
I tell you what, it's almost like...
Incredible leaper, explosive finisher. DeRozan with one of his acrobatic dunks.
Fox passes to Bjelica. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And you can tolerate gaps like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Rudy Gay's checked in for DeRozan. Bellinelli comes in for Walker. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Derek White. And it's Mills in for Murray. Sacramento also making some changes. Lenz checked in for Bjelica. Parker comes in for Barnes. And Hield subbed in for Bogdan Bogdanovic. Harry Giles is checked in for the Kings. Parker kicks to Fox. Sacramento moving it around. And so Sacramento again turning it over. Here's Mills. He has 5. Here is Forbes. The offensive rebound.
Hard work and soft hands. Guys, that's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. On the floor for Sacramento. That's at the point with Hield to his side. They're the backcourt. Alex Len out there with Giles. And it's Parker in at the small forward position. Mills with it. Kicks to Forbes. In the corner, it's Bellinelli. Passes it to Mills. Shot clock at 6. Shoots over Fox. Mills can't hit. The Kings trailing. Outside, Fox. Now here's Hield, covered by Mills. Yep, it counts. There is just no way to tell who is going to pull this one out.
When you've had this many lead changes, you're looking to see which one of those plays is going to be a momentum swing. They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Len passes to Giles. Gay with the defensive effort. And it's Mills with the ball for the Spurs. Gay kicks to Mills. Pass to Forbes. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. LNBA offense is requiring spacing, and Bryn Forbes, a shooter who could not be left open.
Not at all. He's a gunner, still rounding out his game, but the foundation laid is with his marksmanship.
And some changes here for the Spurs. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Gay. Walker comes in for Marco Bellinelli. And Murray subbed in for Patty Mills. And a change for the Kings. Barnes is checked in. Parker uses the glass to finish the layup.
Vital basket there. This is just the time and really just the situation when he looks to take over.
Now Murray. He kicks it to Forbes. To the inside. Here's DeRozan. And he uses the glass on the layup. DeRozan's got 12 points in just the second half.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Kept alive. Here's Fox. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And I really love Fox's game. He's got a ton of room to grow, but boy, does he play with intensity.
Bjelica, he's checked in for Jabari Parker. Fox hits them both. The Spurs have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Murray, the pass to Forbes. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Len. Here's Hield. Yes! And the foul. That one on DeRozan.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
And I love the play call. This is where you get the ball into the hands of your closers, where they can do something with it.
Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Alex Len. Murray, no good.
Rare for him to get a wide open shot from mid-range and fail to connect. Woo, that's just a case of bad defense and even worse offense.
Here's DeRozan, and he drops in the layup off the glass. DeRozan's got it all tied up now for the Spurs.
DeMar DeRozan, when you need a score, go to the guys you feel comfortable with.
Holmes passes to Bjelica. It's stolen by DeRozan. Here's Murray. Tips it. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
We talk about Ford's ability to shoot, but he has a calm about him in important moments.
Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Fox passes to Holmes. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got 5 assists in the game.
Right to the rim. Aggressive approach when it matters most.
Coming down the stretch, you know this. You want to go to something that's bankable. That's as good as it gets.
Hield, the pass to Bjelica. Back to Hield. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. And he banks in the layup. Hield's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Huge play on the offensive glass there to get more second chance points. He's only getting more physical as this game wears on.
You know what? That was perfect timing on that possession. Huge play in the game. They needed those points right now.
White is checked in for Bryn Forbes.
You won't see this young man turn down big shots. Murray believes in himself, and so does this team.
Fox passes to Bjelica. Shoots over to DeRozan. They get it back. Second chance shot. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on Jakob Poeltl. First free throw is good, and that narrows the gap to 1. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. The Spurs have gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. White, good.
And some kind of switch must have been flipped at halftime because both teams are getting after it.
I would have loved to hear the coach's speech because they really took heed to it. Like you said, both teams playing at a different pace.
And that's one of Fox's strengths, trying to involve his teammates first. A really good passer who wants to play for his guys.
And contact on the shots. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. Double checking, and the game continues on.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, I listened in on what Luke Walton said to his team. He told them we've got to make the most of every chance right now. This is a winnable game, but we've got to make plays. Guys, we'll see if they can come back.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Hield, count it, and a big play there to mute the crowd.
And guys, the only noise we're hearing now is coming from the visitors' bench.
It's stolen by Hield. Here's Fox, and it's Fox with the jam.
And you have to have respect for his speed in transition. Fox is a high-octane player who explodes in the open floor.
Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And now a 9-point Kings lead.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Misses. So the Kings win it, and in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Thanks for watching this week, and make sure you check back here for more news on NBA 2K21.
And make sure to follow us on social for all the event updates.
Remember, it's at NBA 2K_2KTV, and thanks for watching.
See you next time.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's presentation of Noche La NBA, an annual. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Saric.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Now Sacramento starting 5. Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Bjelica is out there with Holmes, and it's Barnes in at the small forward position. And for Phoenix, Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Ayton is out there with Johnson, and it's Bridges in at the small forward. Break for the Phoenix Suns with a franchise-high 9-year playoff drought. There is pressure on this team to find their way out of that long rebuild.
And their moves on draft night, they raised some eyebrows. They've got some young talent, but can new coach Monty Williams turn them into a winner? Long-suffering Suns fans certainly hope so.
Fox finds Barnes. Offensive rebound. Holmes outside Bogdanovich. That doesn't fall. Can't drop his first shot. To the wing right side. Booker outside. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Here's Bridges. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Brent, talk about the length of the season. Commissioner Silver is also considering proposals to shrink the season. What do you think?
It could be interesting, and I'm not sure financially how the league goes back from an 82-game season and ticket sales and revenue and television and how they kind of unwind what it is they've agreed to. But 70 games to me in terms of the competition, Kevin, in terms of the elevated play of the star players on a nightly basis, the fact that you probably get stars to appear in every game and not be sat out for load management and things like that, I think overall it'd be pretty healthy.
Here's Holmes. Rubio comes with the double team. Tipped away. Out of bounds. Phoenix will take possession. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Out to the wing. Bridges against Barnes. Passes to Booker. Back to Bridges. Just 5 to shoot. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. The Suns shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. That's good from Johnson. Alex Len's checked in for Rashad Holmes. And both free throws good for Johnson.
Well, they've been striving towards it for years now, and the Kings are finally one of the premier up-tempo teams.
Well, it works for them when you have a guy like De'Aaron Fox out there to blast off on any possession. You surround them with great shooters in Bogdanovich and Hield. Puts a lot of pressure on the defense on a nightly basis throughout the course of a regular season. Booker to the cup with confidence. Feels like he can beat anybody off the dribble right now.
Bjelica passes to Barnes. Keeps it alive. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Now, here's Rubio. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Trailblazers in Portland.
Let's us not forget about the work on the glass, Kevin. His effort level was a 10 that night out of 10. Probably not the shot that was drawn up for that possession, but you can't pass it up and you can't knock it down.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
To the left side wing. It's Bjelica, not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
Bjelica does a really nice job of taking the types of shots that he knows he can make.
Here's Johnson, rejected by Len. Barnes looking around. Len finds Barnes. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Is it getting cold in here, Kevin? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Fox, the kick out to Barnes. Shoots over Bridges. And there's Barnes. That's good on the assist by Fox. Barnes has got his second basket of the game. Suns leading by 6.
The 7th overall pick in 2012 out of North Carolina. Harrison Barnes won a title in Golden State. Signs the big contract with Dallas, but yet to achieve the stardom that many predicted back in high school.
And the basket by Johnson.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
The drive by Barnes.
Barnes right there with nice control as he gets in there driving to the rim.
The Kings shooting their first free throws of the evening.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor. And the Kings will go for a different look here. Harry Giles is checked in for Len. Parker comes in for Bjelica. Yields checked in for Bogdan Bogdanovic. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Fox. Now here's Joseph. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Barnes kicks to Hield. Pass to Giles. Parker left side. Back to Giles. Over Saric, and it's good off the back of the rim and in.
Well, you like guys who can work that in-between area, really keeps the defense honest.
Oh, man, that is just easy for him out there. At his size, with that kind of touch, that is money.
Giles, the pass to Parker. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Devin Booker making highlights. And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. What stands out to you from the Suns in this one?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
It felt like they knew that there were openings in transition and just wanted to keep trying to feed that, get out quick.
On the court right now for the Kings, Joseph and Hield make up the backcourt. Jabari Parker is out there with Kent Bazemore, and it's Giles in at the pivot spot manning the middle. Bazemore against Saric. Tries again. And another shot. Pass to Carter. Here's Jerome. Sinks the three-pointer.
Pretty much not a player in the league is going to pass up a shot like that so much for the defense. The culture shift it's been in Sacramento the last few years. Vlade Divac along with Peja Stojakovic, two of the legendary Sacramento Kings players, finding their footing and trying to put their stamp on this organization with some of the young talent that they've acquired.
The Kings trail by 7. Here's Bazemore. Parker passes to Giles. Bazemore for 3. It's hauled in by the Suns. And right around the league, people are saying the Kings are one of the scarier teams on the rise.
Well, they drafted decently. They play a system that now is speaking to some of their young talent. They've had a nice blend. It's been a long time coming in Sacramento, but fans coming out to the new arena to support this new, young, hungry Kings group.
And it's good. 2 points.
Sometimes you got to just be in position, and that time Jabari was deep enough and pretty much game over for the D.
Down low. Here's Baines. Plays it up and banks it in. And the Suns lead by 7.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Takes it from 10. Hield. The putback is no good. For Phoenix, they've gone 2 of 6 in the field in the second quarter so far. Jerome passes to Saric. And that one drops. And now a 9-point Suns lead.
And how about capitalizing there in close? Saric has the touch to take advantage from just about anywhere.
And here's Saric. He'll bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. Brandon, this next question culture we're in, what comments do you want to hear from players who have just lost a game, facing disappointment?
I like the humility aspect of this question, Kevin, and the thing that I listen to most from players who get it, they'll compliment their opponent first. Something had to happen where the opponent did something enough to beat you on that night. So you don't say that we did all these things. Give the opponent credit first. Secondly, players who shoulder a massive amount of responsibility, they'll say that they could have played better first. And that takes and deflects everything away from their teammates. And then they'll talk about what they're looking forward to most, and their challenge is we'll get better tomorrow. We'll get better next game. And that they know there's room to grow. Those 3 things are pretty impactful.
Well said. The Kings trail by 11. Takes the 3. Again, the miss by the Kings. The Suns have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Kicks it out to Booker. And the pass to Bridges. Here's Jerome. And that's good for 2. Jerome's got the lead up to 13 now for the Suns.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Here's Hield. Passes it to Holmes. Back to Hield. Here's Len. Buries it from 3-point range. Len's got 5.
Well, that's good teammate stuff right there. Looking for your guys. Buddy Hield has a strong feel for when to give it up.
Pass to Ayton. Kicks it to Booker. Pass to Bridges. Now here's Ayton. The pass to Booker. Clock at 6. Goes back up. It's deflected. They get it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And a quick look at how the Suns' schedule is shaping up. On Saturday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the Dallas Mavericks. Then on Wednesday, they'll take on Karl-Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves. And the Suns making a change here. Rubio's checked in. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for the Kings. Bogdanovich comes in for Buddy Hield. Bridges shot, good.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
And it's Bogdanovich off the drive. Count it. And that's now 7 points for Alex Len.
Got to have good court awareness, and it was on display right there from Bogdanovich.
And Booker kicks to Rubio. Passes it to Bridges, and stolen by Barnes.
Yeah, take your time. You don't give them another possession.
Yeah, hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, and the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
And so it's the Phoenix Suns.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to Devin Booker. Had it going on in the first quarter. He had 12 points and 1 rebound. Let's hear from you, Shaq, on the Suns.
Defensively going in, you game plan against them.
Thanks for joining us, folks.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You know, guys, Devin Booker has been exceptional here.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. I'm Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Bridges out there with Johnson, and it's Ayton in at center.
And, you know, for all the talk about Rubio's passing, I think one thing that gets overlooked is his defense. Both his on the ball and defensive rebounding are very strong for the point guard position.
Well, for Bjelica, he's not the most athletic player on the floor, but Brett, he produces.
Yeah, Bjelica, one of those guys who can flow into a transition and stop 3 or 4 feet behind the three-point line and drill you from there. So a nice guy as a secondary option on the break is Bjelica.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Bjelica. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Take a look at the Kings. They're 10th in the conference, still looking to claim a spot for the playoffs. And checking out Phoenix, just a few spots below there.
And checking out Sacramento, they've had an interesting season for sure. They're competitive, they're feisty, but they're not a team that's going to dominate for long stretches.
I just think if you're on the other side, Greg, how much are you looking at that team and saying, we're scared of them? So not a lot of fear from the opposition and what they're bringing to the table. They're good, they compete, but do they have that extra gear? I'm not sure.
6 on the shot clock. Bogdanovich passes to Bjelica. A putback. It's good on the putback.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
There's the feed to Ayton. And stolen by Bjelica. Out of bounds, Phoenix will take possession. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Phoenix. Sharch comes in for Johnson. Kent Bazemore's checked in for Sacramento. And again, it's the Suns missing. And so Fox will bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. It's a 10-point game. Their next game, playing at home, is the Nets coming to town. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. On the wing, Booker for 3. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
Rubio, the pass to Saric. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Rubio's got 3 assists tonight.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another, Greg.
Bjelica misses.
Well, he finds some space in that in-between gap there, Kevin. Too bad he can't release that one on target.
The Kings trail by 13.
Interesting that Phoenix has gone through all these.
And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Johnson comes in for Frank Kaminsky, and it's Devin Booker in for Carter. Count the basket. And that's now 6 points for Dario Saric.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Shot by Hield, nobody around. A three-pointer is right on target.
Still the strongest part of Buddy Hield's game. He is a lethal shooter. What a perfect stroke that was.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And the dunk by Parker.
Gotta love the effort there. An undersized 4 who can really make things happen with that leaping ability.
Booker against Hield. Rubio the pass to Booker. Back to Rubio. He kicks to Booker. Over Hield. No good from Booker.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Every shot in his arsenal, Devin Booker, is pretty impressive. He can shoot it from deep. He moves well without the basketball. He can create with others. He is a young offensive force and is an interesting player to watch in terms of what develops next.
Joseph with the ball, now guarded by Booker. Joseph, the pass to Parker. George grabs the board. Suns leading by 8. The drive by Booker. Count that bucket. Booker's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Yeah, Booker filling it up quickly here tonight. You got to respect the versatility, especially how dangerous he is on the offensive end. That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Phoenix has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. It's hauled in by the Kings. Hield's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Parker passes to Giant, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
That's a good read by Jabari, a solid passer, and he knew he could reward a teammate that time.
Here's Baines. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Hey guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And he's shooting his free throws to the tune of 75% this season. Fairly standard number.
Hield kicks to Giles. Pass to Len. Here's Bogdanovich. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
Playing in between right now and changing speeds. Bogdanovich spotting some nice scoring opportunities.
The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Phoenix ahead, leading by 5. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players, not just creating for yourself, but creating for others as well.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And a look at the 5 for the Kings to start the fourth. Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Alex Len out there with Bielitsa, and it's Barnes in at the 3 spot. Kicks it to Fox. Sacramento moving it around. And he's way off from outside.
He's got to know not to take that shot when he's so closely defended.
Bridges dishes to Booker. Back to Bridges. Fires it up. And it's Phoenix scoring again.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both of these teams locked in on the offensive end. Going to be a high-scoring affair tonight.
Outside, Fox. Out of bounds, Phoenix takes possession. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Sacramento. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Carter against Fox. Now Carter. And here's Booker from the arc. Sacramento grabs the miss. Holmes got 4 rebounds in this game. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Well, Bogdanovich showing he's got speed out on the wing and running hard to fill the lane.
Bogdanovich against Booker. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's his second personal foul. At the line for your Suns.
Free throw good, Booker.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Mikal Bridges. That'll be his second foul of the game. Bogdanovich finds Holmes, and it's blocked.
Well, Ayton flashing some good movement there and great timing.
Here's Bridges. Sacramento grabs the miss. it's Bogdanovich off the drive. Bjelica, rebounded by Kaminsky. Suns leading by 7. Here's Ayton. That's in there. Carter with the assist. Ayton's got his first points in this one.
Lead passes like that are so hard to defend. He never had to break his stride, so full speed, 2 points.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
And here's Carter. On the wing, Booker. Bridges passes to Booker. Just 5 on the clock. The Suns need to get a shot off. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
That free throw, no good. So for the Suns, Saric comes in for DeAndre Ayton. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Carter. The Kings trail by 8. Right side, Fox. It's stolen by Kaminsky. Fast break, here we go. Here's Booker. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And the anticipation of Saric. Outstanding at staying engaged and just eating up those rebounds.
And Bjelica kicks to Barnes. He can't hit that time. Now the Suns take it the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Ayton, he's checked in for Frank Kaminsky. And a change for Sacramento. Fields checked in for Bogdanovich.
The big guy going up and trying to rip that rim off.
The pass to Holmes. Over Ayton. Here's Fox. Now Holmes. Healed outside. Sacramento again missing. Here's the Suns with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run. Booker dishes to Ayton. Back to Booker. Wide open look. Shot clock reset for Phoenix. Back to Rubio. Pass to Booker. 6 to shoot. The second chance effort. That shot off, so the Kings will take it the other way.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for Phoenix.
I think the attitude was very impressive. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Absolutely. They put on a tremendous performance in terms of the effort and intensity. This was a well-deserved win.
And so the hard work and effort paying off tonight, putting another win in the books. That'll be win number 27. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Devin Booker.
It looked like a couple times they might be wearing him down, but not the case. At the offensive end, he was just devastating.
Yep, that one goes in there. Barnes has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Kings.
Maybe the length helping out Harrison Barnes that time to collect.
Near the three-point line, it's Booker. Again, the miss by Booker.
He's getting good looks on the floor, but he simply cannot bury anything right now. He's got to stay confident, though, because everyone knows he can hit those shots.
It's good on the putback.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Nice open look, but it's no good. So the Suns win it. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans. But in the end, everyone's satisfied.
benefits to the stick, resulting in unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
This week on NBA 2K TV, we're inside the bubble with Washington Mystics and 2K fan Ariel Powers. Plus, we're talking 2K21 with Mike Wang and Agent Zero. We check in with community members.
And a lot of style and a lot of confidence coming off the... We're going to break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You take a look at the Thunder. If the playoffs started today, they'd hold the number 5 seed. Of course, they're looking to build on that. And, of course, Sacramento. Right now, they're 5 spots below them.
Yeah, you know, for the Kings, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders just haven't been there.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're disappointed in that. I mean, they were hoping to take that next step.
Now Sacramento starting 5. Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Bielitsa is out there with Harrison Barnes. And it's Holmes in at the 5 down low. And for the Thunder, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Chris Paul. And it's Dort in at the 3. Gallinari passes to Dort. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
Fox, no good. Thunder have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And what just drops your jaw, Chris, with Fox is just how quick he gets up and down the floor.
Yeah, he's an absolute bullet once he gets out in transition. A good amount of his points come from just beating everyone else down the floor when he pushes the tempo.
And it's the Kings with the ball. The Thunder making the shot. To the paint. Bielitsa finds Holmes. Sweet move. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. They came away with the victory in their last meeting, which, by the way, was also in this building.
Yeah, I felt like they attacked, but with a purpose. They knew what they wanted to accomplish coming in.
Aggressiveness is everything, and they certainly played with a ton of it to get that one.
Here's Bielitsa. Steven Adams making his last shot. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Chris, you look at the grind of a regular season. Adam Silver seems open to fewer games or even fewer minutes per game. What do you think of it?
This is one that I'm not with, Kevin. You know, in my day, you had guys play 82 games. And let's go back to the days of Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain. They were playing in shoes that basically were socks, and they didn't have tape, and they didn't have all the things that we're privy to in the medical industry. So I think we should keep it at 82 games and minutes the same, because it keeps a full context of sports where you can talk about Harden versus or Westbrook versus a Big O. It keeps the argument in the same place. I think fewer games, fewer minutes starts to change the dynamics and the expectations of what players can do. I don't mind changing it, adding tournaments, letting guys get more rest, but I think the number of games and the minutes of the game has to stay 48 minutes, has to stay 82 games in my opinion.
Very interesting. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. And stolen by Bogdanovich. Here's Fox. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
He's far from a shooter. I mean, Fox also has the ability to burn you from this area, too.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Gallinari. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Gallinari. The shot misses. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. Nobody near Barnes. No good. That would have tied it. For Oklahoma City, their last game was a loss to the Utah Jazz. Gallinari finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Hit his leg. And it's whistled a kick. Noel's checked in for Oklahoma City. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Paul. Fields checked in for the Kings. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, Gallinari outside. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Adams. Here's Schroeder. Goes up again. And the rejection by Holmes. This one for 3. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, man, coaches love seeing that. Barnes grinding on the offensive glass, turning a missed opportunity into points.
And you look at the way Steven Adams has developed his offense the last few years. It's been a huge boost for this team. He has always been a great defender, but now he is an important cog on this team in terms of scoring.
Ferguson's checked in for Oklahoma City. Diallo comes in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And the Kings will go for a different look here. Len's checked in for Rashad Holmes. Giles comes in for Bielitsa. Kent Bazemore's checked in for Barnes. And it's Joseph in for Fox. Here's Len, following the score by Oklahoma City. Hield outside. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Mike Muscala is checked in for Steven Adams.
Mike Muscala.
59 seconds left to play in the first. Len passes to Giles. Again, the miss by the Kings.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Ferguson kicks to Diallo. All alone. And that one goes long.
A little surprised he took the jump shot with nobody around him. He could have attacked the basket.
The Thunder leading by 4. There's the steal. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Inside, here's Giles. Score of the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Oh, no doubt that Buddy Hield can shoot with the best of them. But it's encouraging watching him share the wealth as well.
To the left wing. Now, here is Muscala. Guarded by Len. Here's Schroeder. Releases from the wing and drills it.
You know what? Sometimes something good can come out of a bad possession.
And we reach the end of the first quarter. The Thunder. There's a great friendship between Melo, LeBron, Dwayne Wade.
It's been a sort of long.
And you see that a lot nowadays. Star players developing friendships and GAs spending time with each other off the floor.
Yeah, some people hate it because they want that bad blood you used to see, but no reason you have to hate someone to really compete against them.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And for the Thunder guys, what stands out to you so far?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
We've got Mike Muscala. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Robertson. Then it's Noel. And it's Ferguson in at the small forward. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Shot clock at 2. Bazemore. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And here's a look at what's coming up for the Kings. On Sunday, they'll be matching up against Kevin Durant and the Brooklyn Nets. And then on Tuesday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the Dallas Mavericks.
And for that matchup against the Rockets, that's where you have got to bring your A game, especially when you know you're going to be fighting an uphill battle all night long.
Now, here is Muscala. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Joseph with the ball. Now guarded by Schroeder. Now here's Hield. Guarded close. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Robertson kicks to Muscala. Off target from outside. The Kings trail by 6. And for the Thunder, a lot of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking.
Giles, that's good.
Oh, it's all about the assist on that play. He puts it in the perfect spot.
And there's the pass to Ferguson. Kicks it to Muscala over Parker. There's Noel. Bazemore grabs the miss.
He usually takes advantage of D like that. Should have been a simple layup.
Hield the pass to Giles. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. And the shot is good.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Schroeder passes to Noel. Three-pointer. Drains the three-pointer. Schroeder's got 5 now.
Oh, he just caught the defense napping. He shoots a very high percentage from three-point range when there's no hand in his face.
Down low and stolen by Noel. Here we go, one-on-one. And that one's good. Schroeder. And now it's a 9-point Thunder lead.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
Parker. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
A fantastic effort on D to get up in his face and deny the layup.
Here's Noel. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, No wonder you're losing.
Yeah. Horrible effort. It appears they may be on the brink of giving up.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now here's Schroeder. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Utah. The rebound by Giles. And so it's Joseph with it. He'll bring it up for the Kings. 9-point game. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them. And though Chris, he's known mostly for his shooting, Buddy Hield has been improving in other areas as well.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about ball handling, playmaking. I mean, they're notably better from early in his career. He's a solid rebounder who is definitely not a weak link on the defensive side as well.
And the Thunder going with a whole new group out there. And the Kings will go for a different look here. Alex Len's checked in for Giles. Bielitsa comes in for Parker. Barnes, he's checked in for Kent Bazemore. And it's Fox in for Corey Joseph. Now, here's Fox. He's coming off a 28-point game against New Orleans. Here's Diallo. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. Harrison Barnes picks one up.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Sacramento making a switch here. Bogdanovich is checked in. Here's Barnes. Good ball movement here by the Kings. Trying to get open is Len. And the call on the shot. It sends him to the line.
An all-around threat with a promising future. I mean, Bogdanovich has the tools and the drive. He can be a solid player in this league for many years.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Trying to get open is Len. Adams. Sacramento grabs the miss. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. That game marks the first half of a quick two-game homestand. The kick out to Barnes. Pass to Bogdanovich. It's Bielitsa off with the layup.
And the activity he shows.
And so it's Oklahoma City heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to a competitive matchup for Oklahoma City in the first quarter. At the end of the period, they held. And that.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. One guy who's been getting it done is Dennis Schroeder.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
He's so good at reading opportunities and seizing up on whatever the defense gives up.
Our second half of basketball and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court right now for the Kings, Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Rashawn Holmes out there with Nemanja Bjelica. And it's Barnes in at the 3. Now, here is Gallinari. Harrison Barnes missing his last shot. Now, Fox. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game. And Adams sends it back. And they'll keep possession. To the middle. Back to Bjelica. Over Gallinari. Bjelica misses.
But this is not the start they wanted coming out of the break. 0 for 3 so far, and they're not playing with much intensity.
Dort passes to Paul. Shot left block. Dishes to Adams. And denied. He sends it right off the glass.
That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
Oklahoma City leading by 7.
Hey, Chris, there's a lot to like for this Kings franchise right now. Fans have got to be excited about their future.
Yeah, and credit my man Vlade in the front office for rebuilding. They got lots of great young talent, and they've kept their picks. The team should be a big factor in the West in the coming years.
Now, here's Fox. From deep three-point range, and once again off the mark by Sacramento. So the wing on the left. Here's Dort. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts. And hustle like that is why he leads his team in rebounds tonight.
It's all heart. He does a great job of getting after it.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. Great opportunity for a three-point play. For the Thunder, Nerlens Noel checks in for Adams. Andre Robertson comes in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Paul. And a change for Sacramento. Jabari Parker's checked in for Bielitsa. Here's Fox. Pass to Holmes. Parker left side. Outside, Fox. There's the triple. And it's Noel with the rebound.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. And it's Schroeder missing. The Kings trail by 10. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Strong display of athleticism from Barnes. I love guys that aren't afraid to drive the lane and take some contact. The assist is the key to that sequence. I mean, a great look to set him up.
And the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That is his first foul of the game. Muscala, he's checked in for the Thunder. Diallo comes in for Robertson. Alex Len's checked in for the Kings. Hield comes in for Bogdan Bogdanovic. The kick out to Fox. Hield, the pass to Barnes. Knocked loose. Outside, Fox. To the paint. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. A slam dunk by Diallo.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition. And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
Yeah, sure. I mean, when you take care of the backboard, you can limit teams to one shot.
Sacramento grabs the miss. Land's got his 4th rebound in this one. Barnes passes to Parker. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. A slam dunk by Diallo.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Ferguson's checked in. Giles checked in for the Kings.
Superior strength from the little man. Fox accepting the challenge and fighting through the contact web.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And, you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
Free throw good, Fox. You know, Greg, for the Thunder fans, hard to see their star power dwindle, but they got a lot in return.
Yeah, but the Thunder were capped out. They had made it past the first round in 3 years. And in exchange for Paul George, they got one of the richest trade packages in league history.
And it's the Kings with the ball, following the score by Oklahoma City. Hield, the pass to Len, and stolen by Noel. And he's going up for the alley-oop, an emphatic alley-oop jam.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
Oh, and they're showing no signs of letting up. I love this approach right now. They value each possession.
Now here's Hield. And you know the points will always be there for him. He's averaging just a shade under 20 points a game right now. Giles kicks to Hield. And the rejection by Noel.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Fox with the steal. The drive by Barnes. Fox passes to Len. Shot by Hield. Nobody around. They get the rebound. Giles. Len, good.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Gets it off. That shot off. And so it's Oklahoma City. 13 points up. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, it's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Steven Adams is out there with Nerlens Noel. Then there's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Then it's Chris Paul. And it's Diallo in at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. The dish now to Noel. Chris, you've been a commentator for the NBA Vegas Summer League. Amazing how much that event has grown.
Oh, how about this year? The Chinese, the Croatian national team. I mean, come on. This is a global game, and we're bringing all of them to Vegas to let fans go up in there and watch them and watch rookies at a young, early age and see the best players. I mean, this is awesome. You got to love how forward-thinking the NBA is. This is really cool to watch.
It is. Here's Bjelica. The Thunder making the shot. Crafty move. And Len with the lay-in. Good.
He gets it to him off the bounce pass. He gets the assist.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Thunder. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. And it's Paul missing. Tipped away. The Kings trail by 13. Lenka kicks to Barnes. Len down low, defended by Paul. And the rejection by Noel. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The drive by Barnes. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Adams the pass to Paul. Here's Diallo. Here's Adams. And there's the feed to Noel. For the 3. And Chris Paul the bucket on the assist by Noel.
The touch from way outside. Paul's range has become almost limitless.
And Fox gets it to go.
And as they're trailing in this game, they're trying to stay in it with the triples. They're shooting a lot more of them than they did in the first half. Whoops. Got caught in between moves there on his way to the rack.
Hield, and the layup is good.
But looking more active inside Hield. It's important that he keeps looking to score close to the bucket.
The Thunder leading by 11. Up top, Diallo. Covered by Barnes. Fox with the steal. To the inside. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Fox has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, solid glue guy you have to have on your team. Barnes is good at setting up his teammates.
That one, no good. Len passes to Hield, and stolen by Noel. Pass to Diallo. Three-pointer. Oklahoma City gets it back. Unable to get that one. The Kings trail by 9. Barnes passes to Bjelica. Feeds it to Len. And Adams sends it back. And he recovers it. And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. That is his first foul of the game. Both teams deciding to change it up. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. And Fox gets it to go.
Well, I like the imagination Fox brings to the court every game. He just finds a way to get himself going.
Shot from the low block. A nice shot by Gallinari.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Barnes. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. 11 points for Harrison Barnes.
Oh, that's some skill on that assist. I mean, the timing has to be perfect on a lead pass.
Dort misses.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take it down.
Here's Gallinari. He can't get it to go. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. Bogdanovich passes to Barnes. Good! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Look at the fortitude on Barnes. They've got to give him a bucket here. He wants to be the one to get it for him. No fear at all.
There's the pass to Gallinari. Here's Dort. Covered by Barnes. Dort passes to Gallinari. Shoots from the baseline, and he gets the jumper to drop. And the Thunder lead by 7.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
But GA, this is no let up. You know, this is the kind of hard-nosed competitiveness that wins games.
Shoots. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Oh, Greg, that's the dagger. You could tell they wanted that one. I know that seals the deal.
And he missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Yeah, and I have too, which is why they're okay with it. I'm sure if he gets that kind of look again, he's going to let it fly again.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
And that's why they're in the driver's seat right now, looking to put this one away.
Shooting from Sacramento, De'Aaron Fox. At the line.
So the first one drops, and that brings them to within 10.
We've seen Fox step up as a leader recently. He knows his teammates look to him, and he's happy to lead the charge.
Nobody near Schroeder, and again it's Oklahoma City.
Great work right there on the inbounds play, getting the bucket before the D has time to react.
The three.
Fox takes.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goal.
Welcome to a brand new episode of NBA 2K TV.
These are exciting times. The NBA is back. The WNBA is back.
I don't know about you, Chris, but I absolutely love seeing live basketball on my screen once again. It's glorious.
It is awesome, and it's been fun to see what the players are doing to keep busy inside the bubble. A lot of them.
Looking down upon the Tower Bridge, spanning the Sacramento River. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for DeRozan.
And he's fallen out of favor a little bit in their offense, at least compared to how he was being used earlier in the season. His usage percentage is down over the past 5 games. Maybe he'll be more involved here tonight.
And a look at the starters for San Antonio. White is out there with DeJounte Murray. Then it's DeRozan. Then there's Poeltl. And it's Walker in at the 3 spot. And for the Kings, Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Richaun Holmes out there with Nemanja Bjelica. And it's Barnes in at the 3.
DeJounte Murray played just 1 season at the University of Washington. He grew up in Seattle and went to Rainier Beach High School. It's actually the same high school that produced Jamal Crawford. And as a matter of fact, a lot of good players have come out of the Emerald City.
Here's White. Barnes grabs the miss. Here's Sacramento now. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, I like the way Fox uses his wiry frame there. I mean, even when he's getting knocked around and jostled about, he maintains control and still gets the job done.
And in Seattle, Murray recognized from a young age as a potential pro.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you can identify those specially talented players, and his nickname was Baby Boy. And how about this, Kevin? Jamal Crawford has mentored DeJounte since the 6th grade. Those guys have exchanged text messages throughout that time. Jay Crossover, one of my favorites, on and off the court in the league, really has helped keep Murray on the right track.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder.
And night in and night out, that's what he provides.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
A nice shot by Bogdanovic.
Boy, excellent recognition from Fox there, Kevin. Outstanding at recognizing when his guys are open.
Got that one up quick.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Well, they better be thinking about him. I mean, we know how dangerous he is.
And there's the pass to Bielitsa. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Fox is a willing passer, always looking to find his teammates.
Holmes with the steal. And here is Bielitsa. 14 points from him the last game against New Orleans. With the playoffs coming up quickly, Clark, strength of schedule can play a big role as it determines where a team is going to be seated come playoff time.
No, I agree with you in terms of even just making the playoffs sometimes, Kevin, based on where teams are and who they're playing. I mean, those matchups against potential playoff teams that are still fighting for seeding, they can sharpen you up and get you ready. Actually, those games can be playoffs before the playoffs in many ways.
I always admire the coaches, Clark, that walk their players through the different scenarios because they should be aware.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. You want everything out in front of you. As long as your team is able to handle it, and most of these teams can, I think that's a good point.
And the Spurs, I've heard it said, the most process-oriented team in the league.
Well, that's an understanding of what it takes for them as a small market team to be successful. A good assessment of what they have to do as the San Antonio Spurs to be good. Scouting, coaching, chemistry, all part of that.
Lenz checked in for the Kings. Giles comes in for Bielitsa. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Zeller, he's checked in for Jakob Poeltl. Bellinelli comes in for DeMar DeRozan. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Derek White. And it's Mills in for Murray.
So comfortable finishing on the move. It's very rare to see Gay off balance on his drive.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession. And the coach's challenge has been triggered here. Coach wants a review of the out-of-bounds violation.
And this is the exact type of play that I think is perfect for a review. Coach's challenge or not. I mean, you seldom get into a situation where it's hard to definitively determine the out-of-bounds call.
And depending on what point in the game it is, boy, it can have Greg a huge impact on the game. So many games coming down to just one possession. Each possession so critical. So we just got word from the NBA Replay Center via the official courtside administrator. And the original call will stand for the out-of-bounds violation.
You know, and some people might argue, hey, we're stopping the game, but this uses up a timeout, so that's technically already a break that could happen regardless of a call staying the same.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Kent Bazemore's checked in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Joseph in for De'Aaron Fox. Here's Giles. Sacramento moving it around. Now Len. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against New Orleans.
And he was relentless in that one. I mean, he wanted to be the first to every rebound and almost was.
And again, San Antonio turns it over. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Fox.
And his scoring numbers have been going in the right direction these past few years. He's gotten better and better at handling what those opposing defenses are throwing his way and finding ways to get his points all over the floor.
Joseph has an open look. Drains it from beyond the arc.
You know, once a weakness in his game, Corey Joseph has worked extremely hard on his outside shot. And like I say all the time, the proof is in the pudding.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check. And it was maybe a step out of his range.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And Bellinelli kicks to Mills. Three from Gay. The long distance three is buried. Gay's got 7.
Well, I love seeing Gay go right up with the shot off the pass. No wasted motion.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Bazemore. No one around him. Here's Hield. San Antonio with the rebound. Pass to Gay. Over Giles. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Kings lead by 5. Live from Golden One Center. You're watching 2K Sports. And in 2018, DeMar DeRozan opened up about it.
A lot of people saying
Yep, you love the honesty and the bravery to step forward and tell his emotional story.
Yeah, he opened the dialogue. Kevin Love following his lead to talk about anxiety. Athletes as public figures can have a broader impact than just entertaining. And we see it over and over again.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Kings.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. Bellinelli is out there with Rudy Gay. Then it's Tyler Zeller. Then it's Mills. And it's Forbes in at the 2-guard. Bielitsa, he's checked in for Sacramento. Bogdan Bogdanovic comes in for Kent Bazemore. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Pirtle, he is checked in for Tyler Zeller. DeRozan comes in for Rudy Gay. Walker's checked in for Marco Bellinelli. And Murray's subbed in for Patty Mills. Walker's shot is off. Kings leading now by 3. And it's Hield off the drive. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker.
Phenomenal court vision by Parker. He really has all the tools to be a great player in this league.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jabari Parker. That is his first foul of the game. Sacramento making some changes. Harrison Barnes comes in for Buddy Hield. And it's Fox in for Joseph. Spurs also with the sub. White's checked in. Now here's Barnes. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it?
Definitely. You're not going to make plays like that unless you expend the energy.
Bielitsa misses.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Here's White. Got a hand on it, and he gets it back. And it's Barnes with the ball for Sacramento, leading by 5. Here's Fox, and he lays it straight in. Fox has got 4 points this quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Pirtle's shot is off. Kings leading now by 7.
Well, the shot repertoire of Jakob Pirtle, mostly 10 feet and in is his strength. He's an old-school big man in every sense of the word, but efficient in what he does.
The Kings have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
Richaun Holmes, he's checked in for Bielitsa. And Clark at 7 feet tall. Pirtle a wide body in there.
He's live, and he's also no stiff, guys. Pirtle can catch and finish. He's active in defending. Gets off the ground quickly and easily. I like his package as a big guy. There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
Stolen by Walker. And now White pushing it up and no one back to stop him. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. And now it's only a 5-point Kings lead. The Kings have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. And Holmes throws it down.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
And how about that? Snuck in off the baseline and then the sensational reverse.
How pretty was that? Athletic basketball with a little bit of flair mixed in.
Well, you know, coming off the baseline gives you the perfect setup for that reverse throwdown, and he took advantage of it.
And we've got an update here. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
The Spurs have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And when you got a team percentage of about 81%, you're going to be one of the elites in this league.
One of the things they've done, guys, is taken pride in their free throw shooting this season, and rightfully so.
The Kings making a switch here. Fields checked in, and he gets the bucket. And that's 11 points for Gay.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
Here's Holmes. Makes it off the glass. And the Kings lead by 3.
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter. What nice timing on these jumps. He's somewhat on the small side for a power forward, but he just never gives up.
Pass to Hield. Now here's Bazemore. Deflects the pass and stolen by Murray. Inside, here's DeRozan. Goes back up. He takes it up and lays it in. DeRozan's got 10 points in the game.
You've got to get a body on DeMar DeRozan, because if you don't, his size and athleticism will allow him to hurt you on the glass. Boy, defense non-existent there, but they catch a break as he whiffs it.
It's Gay with the drive. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. DeRozan's got the lead up to 3 now for the Spurs.
Yeah, just a terrific job of just staying with it. Nice.
And the layup's good off the glass. 14 points for him.
Oh, I tell you what, guys, there's so many different ways DeRozan can beat you. When he's hot, he's a problem.
Here's Len. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's DeMar DeRozan making highlights for San Antonio.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. You're DeMar DeRozan putting in some serious work for the team tonight. He had 14 points, 6 rebounds. And that does it for our halftime show. We now take...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. A fantastic game from DeMar DeRozan so far.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the court right now for the Kings, Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Harrison Barnes is out there with Nemanja Bjelica, and it's Holmes in at the 5. Down low, Rudy Gay's checked in for the Spurs. Down low, Bjelica passes to Holmes. 2 points, that one goes. Holmes got the opening bucket to start the second half for the Kings. Shot from 12. Poked loose. The Kings trail by 3. Fox with it. Gay picks him up defensively. Here's White. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Spurs lead by 5.
Boy, Gay doing a nice job to corral that rebound. A sneaky good play there. He corralled it and finished it.
Fox passes to Holmes. At the tip, and it's Gay with the rebound. For San Antonio, they've gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Count that one.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of one.
The Kings shooting at 50% in a decent groove. Well, Clark, underrated athleticism for Derek White. For a 6'4" guard, he can finish above the rim.
And not only that, guys, but he also blocks shots. I mean, coming out of college, he and #1 pick Markelle Fultz, the only players in the Pac-12 that rank top 10 in scoring, assists, and blocks. That's a heck of a triple.
Here's Walker. Another shot, and the layup is up and in.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now, here's Fox. He has 6. Clark, I'm going to get a little detailed here, but in terms of footwork in the post, who really impresses you?
Well, there are a number of guys, Kevin. I mean, you think about it. Kevin Durant is a lethal scorer and does a lot of his work off the dribble and in transition on pull-up threes. But when he is a post-up threat, and he does get posted sometimes, his footwork is superb. Absolutely superb. Joel Embiid comes to mind. Big fella with feet of a ballerina. Jokic does a great job with his feet. Not nearly as athletic as Embiid or Durant. And then I would put Kawhi Leonard outside of a big guy. I mean, he's not a big guy in terms of position, but boy, he is very efficient down in the low post when he gets it there.
Good names.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one. And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Simply taking advantage of what the defense has given them, and they've really made the most of it. Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Gay on the jam by Rudy Gay.
Boy, Murray's court vision, very sharp, and he's unselfish, too. You love seeing that combination.
Passes it to Fox. It's stolen by DeRozan. And Gay with a clear path to the hoop. On the jam by Rudy Gay.
Incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk.
Memorable. Keep that one in the career highlight reel for sure.
And here's Joseph for 3. And here are the Spurs. They're on a 17-6 run. Gay, great positioning on the putback.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. To the middle. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard to see which players have had the most success from the stripe this month. Take a look at Hield, second in the NBA. So great from the line. And, of course, Patty Mills. Same can be said about him. Also absolutely fantastic from the free throw line.
They have both been unconscious from the free throw line. I mean, you could put a blindfold on them, and it wouldn't matter.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Alex Lenz checked in for Parker. Ken Bazemore comes in for Bjelica. And it's Buddy Hield in for Joseph.
You know, it's really interesting to note that Forbes went to the same high school in Detroit as a certain friend of ours. I think the guy's name I'm thinking about here is Chris Webber.
Both free throws good from Forbes. And the guard, Bryn Forbes, won back-to-back state championships as a high schooler in the state of Michigan. A couple years at Cleveland State, then transferred back to the state of Michigan and played at Michigan State.
And after that time at Michigan State, he went undrafted, but Kevin really has developed into a steady rotation player in the NBA. And by the way, quite a knockdown shooter. This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
San Antonio leading by 14. To the paint. And the dunk by Lamb.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
And the Spurs with possession. Sacramento making their last shot. Here's Hield. Bellinelli pulls it in.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
From deep, Gay. It's hauled in by the Kings.
You know, after connecting on one three-pointer in the first half, he hasn't netted another one since.
Len finds Fox. Zeller with the double team. Len, good.
You know, the rest of the D can be stretched a little thin when the double team's in place like that.
Down low. And the lead is down inside single digits. Len's got 12 points in the game. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, platinum level dime dropping there, fellas. Accurate and on time.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. On the court right now for the Spurs, we've got Rudy Gay. He's out there with Bellinelli. White is out there with Pirtle. And it's Forbes in at the point.
Boy, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first.
On the wing, Bellinelli. And the pass to Gay. Here's White. Good D by Barnes.
And, you know, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him. Trying to shut the door on this one.
Len down low. Hurdles there. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Spurs. On Friday, they'll be taking on Paul Millsap and the Denver Nuggets. And then on Saturday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And for the matchup with the Grizzlies, they have that date circled. They love to compete, and they feel they can play very well against that group if they can execute.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. DeMar DeRozan. He's checked in for Gay. Walker comes in for Marco Bellinelli. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Bryn Forbes. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for San Antonio. 6-point game. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Hield. And the Kings pushing it up now. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Such opportunistic basketball right there, and that's when they desperately needed it.
Mills, he's checked in for Murray.
We all know Hield can shoot it, but for him to get better, he's got to keep adding different dimensions to his game.
Such a wide open look.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Hey, defense has taken a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
Spurs passing it around. And up the court come the Kings on the break. And the dunk by Len.
And you talk about clutch plays, I mean, defensively and offensively, and we saw it right there.
Now, here's Walker. Over Barnes. Rebounded by Holmes.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Bielitsa comes in for Richaun Holmes. And it's Bogdanovich in for Buddy Hield. Rudy Gay's checked in for the Spurs.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
It's certainly been an impressive run. They finally found the right formula to break down the defense.
And what's your take, guys, in the hustle steps for the Kings?
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
Fox finds Land. Outside, Bogdanovich. Pass to Bielitsa to the middle. Here's Len. DeRozan with the rebound. DeRozan's got 8 rebounds in this game. Gay scanning before. Pass to Mills. Shot to stop the run. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You know, Patty Mills is one of a long line of outstanding Australian players who played their college ball in Northern California at St. Mary's College.
The Kings making a switch here. Holmes checked in, and both free throws good for Mills.
Nicely done. Without much separating these teams, that's when you have to make good at the line.
Fox with it. Now guarded by DeRozan. It's tipped. White against Bielitsa. Wants to get it to DeRozan and does. Here's White. Gets the 14-footer to fall. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Spurs.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they've forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
The Kings trailing, and that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Myrtle comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Patty Mills. San Antonio calls timeout. For our Jordan player of the game, DeMar DeRozan.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Odom.
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Greg Popovich talk to his team. He said to them, that's the kind of effort we need to bring every night. We're right in this thing, and it's going to take sustained effort to close it out. Now let's bring it home. Kevin, back to you.
And no good. Good D by Bogdanovich. Here's Sacramento. They're on an 18-6 run. Passes it to Len. Bogdanovich against Walker. Bogdanovich passes to Holmes. It counts.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Holmes with the steal. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
At the line for your Kings, Bogdanovich, taking 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
You've got to figure those are the free throws that officially put this game out of reach.
And once again off the mark by Sacramento. It's off. So the Kings win it. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got...
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Dave...
unprecedented improvements in shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Aerial Powers, welcome to 2K TV. So excited to have you on. I've wanted to have you on the show for a long time, so I am super excited that you're here right now. I know you're in the WNBA bubble. How is that and what's going on?
It's great. My internet is back and active, so I am in a wonderful state right now.
What have you been up to in the bubble?
Just right now, getting ready to start.
Coming up next, the Kings taking on the Suns. For Sacramento. Welcome to the weekend, everybody. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out west. The season nearly complete. You look at Sacramento. They would be at the golf course if the playoffs happened today, looking to make a final push. And checking out Phoenix, a few slots below them.
And right now for Phoenix, they've had such a disappointing season. Even when they've gotten a little bit of momentum, they haven't been able to keep it going.
It just feels like they're sputtering right now. Every time you think they've turned the corner, they really haven't.
So the opening lineup for the Suns. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Johnson is out there with Bridges, and it's Ayton in at the 5 spot. And for Sacramento, Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Harrison Barnes is out there with Bialisa, and it's Holmes in at the center. The Suns shooting their first free throws of this game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
You can see it, Doris, with some of these good teams trying to build momentum as we get closer to the postseason.
You seem to know and understand which teams are good on both sides of the basketball. Are they top 5 efficiency, offense and defense? And as you know, Kevin, if there's a player with a hot hand, that can really make a difference in round 1.
Absolutely. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
And right there you see Devin Booker's feel for the game. This guy knows exactly when to give it up.
Pass to Bogdanovich. Out of bounds, Phoenix will take possession. And it's the Suns with the ball. 4-point game. Booker finds Rubio. Back to Booker from deep. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio.
Well, that's the bread, the butter, the main course. Booker's move in the catch and shoot money.
Here's Fox. It's Bialisa to the inside. Holmes. Bialisa passes to Holmes. Again, the miss by the Kings.
Nothing going right on the offensive end. 0 for 4 from the field.
And Rubio kicks to Booker. Rubio against Fox. Holmes with the steal. Here's Bogdanovich. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. And stolen by Booker. Bielitsa against Bridges. And the rejection by Holmes. Back to Booker. There's the 3. It's hauled in by the Kings. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them. Doris, what has impressed me about Booker is that he's put up great numbers despite not having a lot of franchise stability at the start of his career.
No doubt, Kevin. For Devin Booker, his first 4 seasons, he had 4 different head coaches. That doesn't even start to touch the roster turnover he's dealt with. Through everything he's faced, he has produced on the offensive end. You love this guy's upside.
Bogdanovich passes to Bialisa. And they get it. Holmes, good.
First make of the day should finally give them a little confidence.
It's usually interesting. After a bit of a struggle, does the first bucket get you into a little rhythm now? Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
And that one's good, Barnes.
Well, smart enough to know if there's going to be congestion in there when he's attacking. Barnes gets to that in-between game.
Booker looking around. .152 left to play in the first quarter. Goes up on the high post. He squares up and sinks it. Booker's got 5.
What tremendous instincts as a scorer for Devin Booker. Get in that mid-range game, sir.
And it's Bogdanovich off the drive.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right. You could see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
Barnes passes to Holmes. From 11 feet away, no basket with that shot, having trouble finding his range. He's 1 for 5.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
And here's Bogdanovich for 3. It's hauled in by the Suns. Ayton's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And Booker kicks to Ayton. Pass to Rubio. Booker with no one around, and it's keeping it alive with a new 14.
What a fantastic offensive rebounder. Ayton's so good at using his physical advantages.
Fox finds Holmes, and they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play. And the Kings will go for a different look here. Giles checked in for Bielitsa. Ken Bazemore comes in for Barnes. Buddy Hield, he's checked in for Bogdanovich. And it's Joseph in for Fox. Jerome passes to Ayton. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And so here's Phoenix. Baines passes to Jerome. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Here's Ayton. Second shot opportunity. It's hauled in by the Kings. Holmes got 4 rebounds in this game.
And they have a narrow edge here in rebounding early on, and you wonder what kind of a role that's going to play moving forward.
12 seconds left in the first quarter. Jerome passes to Baines. Carter outside. Beyond the arc. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's Phoenix with their lead standing. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And from what we've seen, guys, from Phoenix, what do you guys see?
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. We've got Carter. Andre Ayton out there with Aaron Baines. Then it's Dario Saric, and it's Jerome in at point guard. Ayton. The shot's good from Carter. Carter's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Suns.
Well, DeAndre Ayton is a team-first guy, and boy, does he set up the open man.
And with that shot, the Suns' lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Bazemore. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for Phoenix. They can look forward to the American Airlines Center after this game. They'll match up against Dallas. That'll be the 3rd game of this 3-game road trip. Phoenix shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. The first free throw is good. No doubt passing is a premium for this team game of the NBA. We love the individual star power, but it is a team game. Are there any playmakers out there that don't get, Doris, you think, enough credit for all that they do for their team?
Well, the first guy that comes to mind is a man that Steve Kerr described as probably the smartest single basketball player he has ever been around, and that's Andre Iguodala. The numbers in terms of his scoring, obviously not eye-popping, but his incredible defense and then his elite passing skills have been so critical to so many championship teams.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Phoenix leading by 6. Here's Booker. Feeds to Ayton. Booker the pass to Ayton. Tries again. Drained for 2 points. And it's 7 points for Devin Booker.
Lightning quick release on that jumper. No one could get to Booker in time.
Here's Jerome. Parker with the steal. And here comes the break. Here's Hield. And it's good on the assist by Parker.
Well, the defense committed to Parker, so he beats them with a pass. Beautifully done.
Jerome passes to Johnson. Johnson double teamed. Booker left side. Pass to Jerome. Over Joseph. Jerome, no good.
And guys, you've heard of overpassing. Well, that shot was an example of underpassing.
Well, there's no doubt there were better options on the floor, but it certainly seemed like he had his mind made up.
Bridges with it, picked up by Joseph. The three from Johnson. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
And not a season, Doris, that pops off the stat sheet, but a strong rookie campaign for Mikal Bridges.
You simply can't ignore the defense he brings for this team. Very refined for his experience level. Teams would love to see him grow into a third option on the offensive end with this roster. Let's see if that happens.
Joseph dishes to Len. Parker against Ayton. Parker passes to Len. The shot from the low post is good.
Kev, nice work in the painted area. Alex Len with the size and skill to do more of this.
Booker up top, covered by Heel. For three. And there's Johnson. That's good on the assist by Booker. Johnson's got the lead up to 10 now for the Suns. The Kings have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. The pass to Bazemore. And here is Joseph. Sacramento moving it around. And that one's good. Parker.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Puts it up from 7. Good D by Parker.
What a masterful job on the defensive end. Did everything possible to alter that shot.
The shot will not fall. Now the Suns take it the other way. Booker outside to the right side. Here's Jerome. Here's Johnson. Ayton kicks to Booker. Second chance shot. Tries yet again. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You get a sense there of how challenging it is to guard DeAndre Ayton. Gets good position, makes the defense react.
And when you watch DeAndre Ayton, you really are just floored by how he moves. The amount of speed and agility he has for a player as solid as Ayton is doesn't come around very often.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Kings.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. He gets that one.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
That drive by Carter banked in off the glass. And it's a 12-point Suns lead.
And haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
With 1 on the clock, and the last second attempt doesn't fall. And that does it for the first half of play. Suns lead by 12.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to Out in Front at the Half is Phoenix. They are leading by 12. And over to Shaq. What did you think about Phoenix?
They did an awesome, horrific.
Thanks for joining.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Kings shooting well. They're at 45%. Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Rashawn Holmes out there at Bialys, and it's Barnes in at the 3. And that's the group for Luke Walton as we begin the second half. Rubio looking around. Here's Booker with the putback. It's good on the putback. 10 points for Johnson.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Barnes passes to Holmes. And Bogdanovich kicks to Barnes. Passes to Bialys. And he comes up with the deuce. Bialys has got 4 points this quarter.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside. It goes strong to the rim.
I think the player most closely identified with the Phoenix Suns the last 3 years. Obviously, especially Devin Booker. You know, here's a guy who averaged well over 20 points. He can beat you with the pass as well. He's the piece that gives this team great hope for the future.
The Suns making a switch here. Baines is checked in. And what's astounding, even with Booker, the Suns have been last, Doris, in three-point accuracy 2 straight seasons.
Yeah, and I think that speaks, Kev, to the roster construction. You need floor spacing to win games, and it can't be from just one guy. This franchise knows that. They just haven't been able to yet solve the problem.
Shot clock at 6, and Johnson with the stuff.
What you love about this young guard, Devin Booker, is his ability to hurt you with both his passing and his shooting.
Outside, Fox. Pass to Bielitsa. Johnson with the block.
They tried to stay perfect in the half, but 3 for 4 now.
Booker lays it up off the glass. Booker's got the lead up to 14 now for the Suns.
Boy, everyone is getting to their spots and then capitalizing. 3 for 4 in the quarter. Beautiful.
Yeah, instinctively, too. Fox there looking to be a ball mover, a facilitator. And that's one reason why his team is playing well.
And the basket is good. Bielitsa's got 6 points.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Rubio dishes to Johnson. Inside. And Rubio kicks to Booker. And it goes for the 5th time and 10 shots for him this game.
80% shooting to start the third, 4 for 5.
It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Defended by Booker. Yep, it goes in, and the Suns' lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket from Holmes. We hear this a lot, Doris. The great offense always beats great defense. Think that's true?
I do, Kevin. I think obviously a defender is usually in reactionary mode. It's the rare defender who is dictating to the offensive player what they want to happen. So imagine trying to impact LeBron James as he's playing in the open floor with a head of steam. Like, good luck with that.
Yeah. Just 2 to shoot. Johnson. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Back to Bogdanovich. Over Booker. And there's Bogdanovich. That's good on the assist by Barnes.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Bridges passes to Baines. Back to Bridges. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. He has 6.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
And contact, and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Sacramento making some changes. Harry Giles is checked in for Richaun Holmes. Jabari Parker comes in for Bielitsa. And it's Buddy Hield in for Bogdan Bogdanovich. Phoenix also making some changes. Kaminsky is checked in for Aaron Baines. DeAndre Ayton comes in for Johnson. And it's Carter in for Ricky Rubio. Down low, and stolen by Ayton. And Phoenix pushing it up now. Carter leading the charge. That one falls. And now it's a 12-point Suns lead.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
Barnes passes to Giles. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Giles has got his second bucket of the night.
And you can sense the urgency from them now. They were flat in that first half, but they've come out here in the second and been much more aggressive offensively.
Well, he hasn't proven to be much of a floor spacer for them. He had the 1-3, but that was back in the first half.
Barnes. The shot, no good.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
Healed right side. From 18 feet away, yep, it goes in, and the Suns' lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Giles. And so it's Devin Booker making highlights for the Phoenix Suns. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
And to me, Jay, you love the unselfishness, finding the best look, and it doesn't matter who's taking it.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. On the court now for the Suns, getting going here in the fourth. Bridges and Saric make up the forwards. Devin Booker out there with Carter, and it's Kaminsky in at the center. Pulls up, high post. That shot, no good.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot.
Suns leading by 8. Booker outside. Carter kicks to Booker. And it's Kaminsky at the elbow. Parker against Booker. Over Parker. No good from Booker. And for Sacramento, they're shooting it very well tonight, around 57%. Parker with a clean look. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
No good from Booker.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
And sometimes Fox just can't be contained. I mean, he plays with so much heart and passion and terrific at scoring, even when he gets bodied up.
The Kings making a switch here. Len's checked in. To the paint. Pass to Booker. Saric, that's good. Saric has got his first basket.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Len finds Hield. Back to Len. Kaminsky with the double team. Now the pass to Barnes. Good ball movement here by the Kings. Back to Giles. Bridges with the steal. There's the dish to Carter. Booker in the corner. Back to Carter. 5 to shoot. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Hield dishes to Fox. It's stolen by Kaminsky. Booker outside. Passes it to Saric. Carter outside. 17-foot shot on the way. That's good from Booker on the assist from Carter.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Well, the best players to me deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And that's now 7 points for Buddy Hield.
And that is what Hield does. This guy is a gunner. Loves pulling the trigger from deep.
Carter outside. Bridges against Barnes. A second chance effort. And Kaminsky lays it up and in. And the Suns lead by 10.
You have to appreciate the doggedness and intensity on the glass. Wow.
And so Fox will bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. Right wing from outside the arc. Bridges with the board. Bridges has got 4 rebounds in this game. Carter with it. Out guarded by Hield. Sharge attacking.
Well, you love seeing this, guys. When Sharge is attacking those openings, he is such a dangerous offensive threat.
Fox. Giant. Rebounded by Kaminsky. Suns leading by 12.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Suns.
And as we watch the game wind down, you have to look back at all the second chance points these guys generated.
Yeah, they clearly won the second chance points category. Possession after possession, we watched them go after the ball and make misses turn into makes.
And so the hard work and effort paying off tonight, putting another win in the books. That'll be win number 27. And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for Devin Booker.
This guy has been shot-making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
Good.
And Brewer's best quality has always been his energy. And we see it there as he makes the steal and starts the break. There's just no off switch on him.
Pass to Bridges. Johnson outside. Pass to Ayton. Pulls it up. And the Suns tack on 2 more.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question, GA. They've gotten hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
With the prospect of making a big lead even bigger.
And you got to jump at this chance. Stretch that lead out as much as possible.
Johnson's shot is off. Farrell looking around. The 3. The putback. Bridges with the board. And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it.
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
So I know you're big into 2K. What modes do you jump into?
Right now, my favorite is actually going to the park and playing 3v3 and also Pro-Am. A little bit more Pro-Am now because 3v3 sometimes is like not as realistic as I think 5v5 is.
So the WNBA is in 2K20 for the first time.
And the starting lineups have concluded. So just... Well, the weekend has officially begun. We're going to break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You look at the Thunder. They've done well enough to be in 5th place in the conference so far. And, of course, there's the Kings. They're 5 spots away.
And I think for Oklahoma City, this hasn't been the breakout season that many were predicting, but they're still very much in the hunt for a high postseason seed. And that will keep them focused here during the season's final stages.
Well, the goal is very defined. They have to have a strong finish to the season and make sure they get home court advantage for at least the first few rounds of the playoffs.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Paul out there with Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Dort in at the 3. And for Sacramento, Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Bielitsa is out there with Holmes, and it's Barnes in at the 3, the small forward. Brent, 2 explosive backcourts. When you were playing, who was the toughest guard that you found to defend?
Well, I would start off with a guy named Allen Iverson. And the reason that I start with that, Kevin, the reason I start with Kevin is I just saw the back of the jersey all the time, so I remember Iverson clear as day. But if I went deeper, I would tell you guarding the Hall of Famer Mitch Richmond at the time when he was playing for the Sacramento Kings. They would run an offensive set, much like for Reggie Miller, multiple screens by a bunch of guys who were big and strong. That was not good for me to try to fight through those kind of screens. But if you gave Mitch Richmond 8 inches, 2 points.
And Richmond was strong and had bulk to his body.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me, Kevin.
I can see the bruises. And it's good for 2.
Well, nice job by Bielitsa. Be patient. Look for teammates. He found them.
Here's Gallinari, and he banks in the layup.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad. That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
Well, we're now on the back end of what has been, Greg, an incredible career for Chris Paul. Perhaps no longer the undisputed best point guard in the game, but still a top talent.
And Chris Paul might not be the best point guard, but any team could be happy to have him. His efficiency and playmaking aren't going away anytime soon. And even though he's never been an overly athletic player, that aspect of his game still is strong as ever.
Dort passes to Adams. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Well, Adams, with that kind of positioning so deep inside, he becomes a force down low.
And it's Bogdanovich off the drive. Holmes. No good on that one. And the Thunder going the other way now. Gallinari passes to Dort. A shot by Paul. Nobody around. And there's another one for the Thunder.
Nice job catch and shoot there. Chris Paul making it look simple and caught the defense a little bit out of position.
Bogdanovich finds Bielitsa. A 3 from Barnes. It's rebounded by Paul. And it's Oklahoma City's ball. They're on a 10-2 run here, and he gets it to go. Gallinari's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
And every season, the Thunder continue to be one of the more dominating teams on the glass.
You just wonder how much Steven Adams has been the catalyst for that kind of mentality. We know that offensively he's always in there to grab rebounds, but it's part of what they know is important in any possession is collecting the ball.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Alex Lenz checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Harry Giles comes in for Harrison Barnes. Fields checked in for Bogdan Bogdanovic. And it's Joseph in for Fox.
Well, that's good teammate stuff right there. Looking for your guys. Buddy Hield has a strong feel for when to give it up.
They get it again. Noel. The layup missed.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Here's Giles, and the rejection by Noel.
Noel in there to intimidate, and does so there.
Here's Ferguson. It's blocked, but they'll get another chance. Stolen by Joseph. Here's Bielitsa. Last game out, he had 14. Jabari Parker's checked in for Sacramento. Ken Bazemore comes in for Bielitsa. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Ferguson. And that one's good. Parker.
Bazemore is a team player, and right there shared the ball with his teammate.
Diallo finds Schroeder out to the right wing. From deep. Offensive rebound. Noel. They shoot again. And there's Schroeder. That's good. The assist by Noel.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Giles, the pass to Hield. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, Hield plays with such drive and intensity at all times that he just can't help but create a foul shot with that opportunity.
Second free throw, no good. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Diallo, no good. For Oklahoma City, their last game was a loss to Utah. That's tipped. Muscala, the pass to Robertson. And here's Diallo. He's covered by Bazemore. Here's Muscala. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's on Jabari Parker.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, you know, some might say, hey, can't we just skip the replay?
A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Thunder lead by 2. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
Well, pounding the boards is one way to gain an advantage. They simply owned the glass in that first.
Well, if you get physical out there, you can control the glass, and that helps you to control the pace of the game.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So the Thunder 5 right now. We've got Dennis Schroeder, Diallo out there with Muscala. Then it's Noel. And it's Robertson in at the 2. The Thunder with the lead. Here's Diallo. A slam dunk by Diallo.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. And Muscala kicks to Robertson. Passes it to Noel. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
Great to have Noel active like that, proving how dangerous he can be on the inside. Well, it's been up and down the last few years for Nerlens Noel, but there are still some impactful numbers for the minutes that he's on the floor as a rim protector.
Hield outside. Just 5 on the clock. Bazemore. No one around him. Here's Parker. Tries again. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
And there's a whistle that goes on Corey Joseph. That's his first foul. And for Noel, his numbers will never match the visual impact he has on the floor, wouldn't you say?
Oh, he's definitely a player about the little things out there, just being a rim protector, making sure that guys think about him when they're attacking the rim.
De'Aaron Fox is checked in for Sacramento.
Yeah, plays like this make Bazemore sort of feed off the frenetic energy that he plays with, capable of converting. Even though he gets bumped around a little bit, he'll keep coming at you.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Alex Len's checked in for Giles. Rashawn Holmes comes in for Parker, and it's Barnes in for Buddy Hield. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Gallinari, he's checked in for Noel. Terrence Ferguson comes in for Diallo. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander checked in for Andre Robertson. And Paul subbed in for Dennis Schroeder.
Really heads up there. A play where you locate the best open pass and then you get it there for an easy bucket.
Knocks it loose. And so Sacramento again turning it over. Their last meeting was in Oklahoma City, where they were unable to fight off the Thunder.
It was a loss last time they faced up against each other. A very tightly contested game that they felt they could have won.
Man, felt like they probably would have won if they weren't saddled with all that foul trouble. They had to piece together some makeshift lineups late in that game. That might have cost them. They're kind of like playing in the rec league, little to no defense on that possession, and the easiest three-pointer you can imagine.
Outside, Fox. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball. That one goes. Count it. Gallinari's got the lead up to 11 now for Oklahoma City. Brent, at this point, perennial contenders sometimes coast to the final games of the regular season. Any danger that they can't hit that right button or flip the switch and get back into gear?
When you hear analysts say that the playoffs are all about matchups, they are exactly right. You and I talked about this, Kevin, several years ago about the time. Going into the playoffs, teams don't have to be hot. You don't have to be 10-2 in the last 12 games for your playoffs, because all of a sudden, if you're matched up against a team that's owned you all year long, your chances of winning that series are very, very slim. So it becomes just let's get in and let's find out who we're playing, and then we'll get to work.
Paul for three, and the Thunder another three.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
Now the feed to Land. That fall. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich. Land's got 6 here in this quarter.
Got to have good court awareness, and it was on display right there from Bogdanovich.
Here's Ferguson. No good that time. And the Kings going the other way now. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. And that'll be the 4th of this 5-game homestand. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Ferguson's got his second basket of the night.
Gallinari at that size can do a little bit of everything, and I like to see him dishing the rock.
Holmes can't get it to go in. Oklahoma City leading by 10. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Paul. Let's go. And it's Sacramento with the rebound.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
The wide open look here for Fox. Plenty of room to knock down the shot.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. That's a 2 from Ferguson. And the last second attempt does not go in for him.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to a competitive matchup for Oklahoma City in the first quarter. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. That's all for now. Say goodbye to...
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You look at Chris Paul. What a contribution.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Bielitsa is out there with Harrison Barnes. And it's Holmes in at the center filling out the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Barnes looking around. Bogdanovich passes to Bielitsa. Holmes with it. Barnes kicks to Holmes. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. From deep three-point range, Gallinari with the rebound. Oklahoma City leading by 8. Well, when Danilo Gallinari came into the NBA, Brent, he was just a catch-and-shoot type player. But he's so much more than that now.
Well, I think with the way the league has changed with the three-point shot and Gallinari's ability to do that, he's gotten a lot smarter about picking his spots when the pump fake can drive in and draw some contact.
They've worked hard to get this lead. Can't start giving up easy slams all of a sudden.
Yeah, GA, that's right. And that was easy. Gift wrap for him.
So much talk about 48 minutes. The team with the lead letting its guard down now.
Just his first attempt. They grab their own miss. Here's Adams. Makes it off the glass.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
It's Fox with the drive. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys. So that's a free basket right there.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Jabari Parker comes in for Rashawn Holmes. And it's Buddy Hield in for Bogdan Bogdanovich. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Paul. And some changes here for the Kings. Harry Giles is checked in for Harrison Barnes. And Corey Joseph subbed in for De'Aaron Fox. Then for the Thunder, Noel's checked in for Gallinari. And it's Andre Robertson in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Hield on the double team. Noel finds Robertson. It's going by Hield. Joseph, the pass to Hield. Here's Parker. Sinks that one from the post. Now just a 4-point Thunder lead.
If your small forward stays active like Jabari Parker did that time down low, you'll get second chance opportunities.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
Pass to Giles. All sorts of time. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Giles has got his first 2 points.
You're loving the confidence. Just rise and be free. And you know you can do this.
There's something to be said about knowing yourself. It allows him to shoot and shoot comfortably, even with taller defenders out there.
Joseph, the pass to Giles. Parker kicks to Joseph. From downtown, cans it from downtown. Joseph's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession.
And looking now at some numbers for Steven Adams. He's been on a tear since the All-Star break, going really to another level. 5th in field goal percentage, 13th in rebounding. And he's as opportunistic as anybody defensively, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in steals per game.
And yeah, he's such an efficient scorer, understands the offense, moves without the ball so well. That's why he's top 5 in field goal percentage. Shooter kicks to Diallo. Launches a 3. Sacramento grabs the miss. Giles has got 4 rebounds in this game. And the Kings making a change here. Len's checked in. The pass to Bielitsa. And here's Len. And here's Bazemore. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. Clock at 6. It's Bielitsa. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got his 7th rebound here tonight. To the middle. Ferguson. Oh.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark.
Kent Bazemore knows that his contributions come from being active and Bazemore becoming a better passer.
Pass to Hield, and that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Giles. And De'Aaron Fox subbed in for Kent Bazemore. Gallinari, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Chris Paul comes in for Dennis Schroeder.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
The Thunder have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point, and he knocks down the first one.
At this point in his career, Chris Paul is all about trying to get that elusive championship. Will play whatever role it takes to get that mission done. Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe, but he has got to be careful about being too aggressive on.
Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. Thunder lead by 8. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. So for Oklahoma City right now, Ferguson out there, Gallinari. Then it's Mike Muscala. Then it's Chris Paul. And it's Gilgeous Alexander in at the shooting guard position. And here's a look at what's coming up for the Kings. On Sunday, they'll be matching up against Kevin Durant and the Brooklyn Nets. Then on Tuesday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the Dallas Mavericks.
And for the matchup with the Rockets, they'll need to be at their best for this contest. Anything short of excellence, and they'll be in for a rough ride. Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Len passes to Holmes, and he uses the glass on the layup.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both of these teams locked in on the offensive end. It's going to be a high-scoring affair tonight.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
The Kings need to get off a shot here. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Moving it up. Paul kicks to Ferguson. He had a nice open look right there. And now it's a 12-point Oklahoma City lead. Now Fox. Passes it to Barnes. Brent, offensive versatility, all the rage now. Which guards do you think do the best job of generating offense with their back to the basket?
I don't know so much as these guys are playing with their back to the basket, Kevin, so much as they're finding ways to get the ball without a dribble at about 15 feet away from the basket. So one dribble, they're at the rim.
Right.
They're very effective at the mid-range. Chris Paul and DeMar DeRozan have had tremendous efficiency from those areas on the floor. So those are the kind of players that put some pressure on your defense because they're starting their offense so close to the basket, and they're effective with which they do it. Not on the post, not on the perimeter, and they're finding ways to be impactful.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, he's going to be in the paint is Alex Len, and he's good at forcing the defense to come in and take some chances. Whacked him that time.
Bogdanovich, who's checked in for the Kings. He hits both from the stripe. And so it's Gallinari with it. They'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Pass to Dort. Back to Noel. Fires from the corner. Misses off the left iron.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
Gallinari attacking. Len grabs the board. The Kings trail by 9. Here's Barnes. Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. Bangs home the trifecta.
How about that touch, Bogdanovich? That time from way out.
Noel dishes to Paul. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to go on De'Aaron Fox. It's the first that makes it a 7-point lead. Bjelica, who's checked in for Alex Len. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line. And it's an 8-point game. Sacramento's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Here's Fox. Holmes finds Fox. Kings moving the ball around. Holmes can't get it to go in. The Thunder leading by 8. Out to Gallinari. The pass to Dort. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Paul. Fox with the steal. Here's the break. Here's Holmes. Good, and a nice assist from Fox.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
That was a big one. You can hear it.
And sometimes the silence of a crowd can speak volumes.
To the inside. Holmes passes to Bjelica. Back to Holmes. And stolen by Noel. It's tipped, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Fox. .30 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Paul looking around, takes a 3. It's hauled in by the Kings.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
You want to keep expending energy, or do you want to start thinking about the next one? Yeah, Bogdanovich gutsy with that one.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It's deflected. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. They get a hand on it. Diallo kicks to Nader. Passes to Adams. Over to the left wing. Releases. And no good. His first shot of the night missing. So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging...